Okay, so simply click on the button here and you see it comes up with a few different options on this page. So these are the VPS that we use and recommend. There's quite a few different ones to choose from, but we've tried quite a few and we've had issues with quite a few. So these are the ones that we use. And you got 4 basic different setups here. I mean, you can customize them within these as well, but basically depending on what you're running, how much you are running will determine how much resources you need. But in general, most people will be fine on the Opal, the small one down here. But if you are running more than one instance of MT4, so you've downloaded the platform twice and you're running 2 parallel programs of it or more, well, then you perhaps will need to come to something bigger. But one instance of MT4 running a few different EAs will be fine on this basic one. And again, you can try this one here, and if you find that the resources are being overwhelmed, you can upgrade at any time. So down here, the first setting you've got is your location. So there's a few different locations you can choose from here. Now, you don't want to pick something that's close to where you are. Sometimes it will default up here to the location nearest to you, so you might be in Singapore and it will come up with Singapore, or Sydney, Australia. Now, you want the whole purpose of the VPS is to be reliable, which any of these locations should be reliable. They offer pretty much a 99% uptime guarantee, and if anything goes wrong, they fix it pretty much immediately. But you also want it to be close to your trading server, not close to you, close to your trading server, to remove as much latency for when your trades are signaled to when they're being executed and your data coming in. So that's what we're aiming for. Most MT4 brokers are using the Equinox NY4 servers, which are based in New York. So closest to that on here, there isn't actually a New York one here, but there's North Virginia, it's probably the closest. So you could go with this one here, but you'll find it is slightly dearer than the Denver one. Now these prices change, of course, all the time, within a few dollars here or there. But generally we'll go with the Denver one. It's pretty close, and the fiber across between Denver and New York is very good. So we would go with Denver. Windows 2012 is good. You want Windows operating system. It makes it a lot easier to manage, maintain, and just keep an eye on what's going on your server, as you'll find shortly. Fully managed VPS, which is what you want, unless you know all about them yourself and you want to do the updates, security checks, fix any problems yourself. You can go for cheaper options that are not fully managed, but in general I would advise against it. Go with this. We've got 2 virtual CPU cores, which is good, 1 GB guaranteed RAM, 40 GB solid state storage, which is fast, 1 dedicated IP address is good, 500 GB bandwidth, fine, weekly backups, fully managed, easy upgrade. You can obviously add things onto it, but we don't really need them. Remote desktop access is good, 99.9% uptime, awesome, 24/7 live support, 7-day money-back guarantee, hassle-free cancellation, works on any platform. Pretty much as good as you're going to get. And as I say, these are the ones that we use, recommend, and have been using for quite a while with no issues. Now your billing cycle, you can choose to go annually, it becomes a bit cheaper. You can do 3 monthly, or you can do 1 monthly. We're just going to go single monthly. So then click order now. Now you see all the details will come through of the configurations that you've selected. Basically we just went for the Opal one. Now you see the price shows as $27 US monthly, and again the same over here. And it's because the discount hasn't been applied. It will show on the next page, which is pretty much what they're saying here. So down here you need to enter some information. So host name, here you can pretty much put in anything you like. You don't have to own the domain. For this we're just going to use vps.glsequit.com. As long as it's a domain, so I mean that's a subdomain, vps. You could just go glsequity.com is what we're going to choose, but you could do samhunt.com or peterpan.com, whatever. As I say, you don't have to own that domain yourself, just type in something. Password, here you need to put in something pretty good. You can, if you've got a favorite password or whatever you want to put in, or you can create one specific for this. We use this site here, passwordgenerator.net, and just select what you want in here. That's pretty much the information. We've got password length 16, generate your password, copy, and we're going to paste it in there. Prefix. Now for this here, if you don't want to set up the DNS yourself, the naming servers, I mean, you can just put in what they say here, NA1, and over here NA2. So that's what we're going to do. NA1, NA2. So host name, you put in any sort of domain there you want, doesn't matter, you don't have to own it. Password, put in a password in there, something reasonably good. If you can't think of one, go to passwordgenerator.net and create one, stick it in there. Your naming servers, NS prefix, just put in NA1, NA2, and that's it. The rest of this information down here is where you can add more stuff on here. Basically it's just upsells if you want to spend more money, but you don't need to. So ignore all that, just enter this information here, click continue. So over here you can see the discount has been applied, and it's for 12 months, 12 billing periods. So at the end of 12 months, it will revert back to the $27 a month. So at that stage, you just simply get another one. Or you can pay $27, up to you. That's it, click checkout. And now in here, you need to enter all of your details and create an account with these guys. So your name, first name, last name, email address, phone number, company, if you want to put it through a company, address, all basic sort of stuff. And then select how you want to pay, by either PayPal or credit card. You need to agree to the terms of services. If you need to read them, click on there and then click complete order. And now it's come up with the credit card details, or you can want to do PayPal. So you need to enter your credit card details in here. Now you can change it from US dollars to your own local currency if you want to see what that's going to be. And click pay. So there we go. Thank you for your order. You'll receive a confirmation email shortly. And if you've got any questions, you can submit a support ticket and they will get back to you. So now these guys are going to be building this VPS for you, and it will take a little while for them to set it up. Anywhere from, I don't know, 30 minutes to a few hours. Generally it happens within a couple of hours, but like we're doing it at the moment, it's on the weekend, so it can take a bit longer. So you sort of allow 12-24 hours, but if it takes any longer than that, you need to send them a message and see what's going on. So anyway, they'll send you an email when that has been set up, so keep an eye out for that. When it is, you can come back here and go through the next steps on how you can set up and access your VPS. If you're not already logged in, you can go back to the home page and log in there. And go to your services, so that's basically all the products you've got with them. We'll see we've already got one there. So the one we've just ordered, you can see here, the Opal, it's got the host name, and then it shows as pending. So we need to wait for that becomes active. And again, you will be notified by email as soon as that's ready to go. So we'll cut here and come back once those come through. Okay, so we've now got our email back from the VPS people, you can see here. So you can see now that ours has become active. In this particular scenario, it took about 6 hours for them to do it, but I'm doing this over the weekends. So throughout the week it's generally quicker, it can be down around an hour's time. In general, anywhere between 1 hour and, I don't know, 24 hours tops. So we've got it active, so now we can click on here and it will come up with the details of it. So we've got our host name, primary IP address, and the name servers that we entered. Now come to configurable options. So this is all the information that we put in. So it was a Denver, USA, fully managed VPS with the Windows 2012. Now come to additional information. Now, this is the information that you will need to connect to your VPS so you can control it, manage it, set it up. Okay, so if you're running a Mac or a Linux, you can click on here and get information on how to connect to your VPS via one of those programs. Personally, we're running Windows. We always have run Windows, we always will run Windows. It's simple. 99% of all applications run seamlessly with it. I know a lot of people argue with that, but basically it's fact, in my opinion. Anyway, so this tutorial is about connecting to Windows, but if you do have Linux or Mac, you can connect to it. You just got to follow the details in each one of those tutorials. So to do this, we're going to connect to our VPS via RDP, which is Remote Desktop Protocol. That you can connect via TeamViewer and a few other ways, but this is, in our opinion, again, the best. Simple, clean, safe, and gives you the most functionality while you're using your VPS. So to do this, go down to your taskbar, click on the search icon, and type in RDC, which is Remote Desktop Connection, and that's the connection that uses the RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol, to connect to your VPS. So click on that, a little window pops up here, and it asks for your computer name, so computer. In that, we're going to type in our IP address or host name, so copy these numbers here and paste it into there. Now down here we've got our show more options. Click on that and it will toggle open and give you a whole lot more options that you can play around with. So in here there's the general, display, local resources, experience and advanced. So if you're running if your internet's not very good where you are locally, you can change some of these settings to reduce some of the resources that you will, so it will make it not look as pretty, but it will run faster. So if your internet is not very good, you want to reduce some of this information in here to make it run better, so you can control the VPS better. It won't look as good, but it will still work fine. But in general, most people these days have got pretty good internet, so you won't need to touch any of this. Local resources also, so this gives you access so you can copy and paste directly from your local PC into your VPS. Again, if your internet is lagging where you are locally, you might want to turn off some of this stuff just to lighten the connection, make it faster. Also your audio settings as well, so any sounds that are on your VPS will come through to your local PC. You can change some of that if you need to. In general, you don't need to touch any of that information there. So here, now if you're in a internet cafe, for example, or at a friend's place, and you're just connecting one off randomly to check on your VPS, you don't want to save the details on here. That means that anyone else on that computer can connect to your VPS easily. You don't want that. But if this is your home PC, and you're the only one with access to it, which is our case right here, this is our home PC, we're the only ones that are going to be using it, we want to save those details so that it can make it simple for us to connect next time. Click on a couple of buttons and we're straight into our VPS. Basically we're going to be keeping an eye on it once a day, checking on things, seeing how our trading's going. So allow me to save credentials. I'm going to save as, and we'll call it something like GLS equity Forex VPS. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to save it to our desktop. Click save. Now username we need to enter in here, so down here in the details we've got username and it's an administrator. Basically everyone's will be the same. Paste that in there. You can obviously type it in as well, but just make sure you don't get any of the like it needs to be capital A at the start. And the same with the numbers, everything needs to be 100% correct, otherwise it won't work. That's why we just copy and paste. So once you've done that, click connect, and it's going to ask you for the password. So, and again, we've got remember me, but if you are on an internet cafe or at a friend's house, don't have remember me because you don't want it to save it. So password down here, again, copy, paste that in there, remember me, and click OK. Now the first time you connect to this VPS, you're going to get this pop-up window giving you a warning saying, is this a secure connection, talking about the SSL, etc. Just click don't show me again and click yes, don't be worried about that. Alright, now this is your VPS. So you'll see down the bottom we've got our taskbar. So if you want to go into folders, you can see, so we've got a total of the 40 gigabyte storage, 27 of which is free. Documents, downloads, videos, pictures, desktop, etc. All the same as basically any standard PC. You've got a taskbar window up the top here. You can minimize, restore down, or close the connection. Click on that and it will tell you that it will be disconnected. We don't want to do that at the moment. So we're just going to make it a little bit smaller so you can see what's going on. So you see at the bottom we've got our main PC that we're on and the taskbar there. But now in this window here we've got the taskbar of the VPS that we're controlling, basically another computer. So we're sort of a computer inside a computer type thing. But again, it's very simple to use. So if we want to copy any files across to here from our local PC, so we've got to install MetaTrader 4 on there and install our EAs and that. So you can, connect to the internet, browse and download the files. I try to avoid that as much as I can. I don't want to get any viruses or any other rubbish installed on the VPS. It's going to slow it down. So I use my local PC, download all the information here, and then I can just copy, and come over here and I can paste it. So you'll see that is pasting the information from our local PC directly across to our VPS. And depending on the size of the file, your internet connection, etc., how long that will take. But as you can see there, that's pretty quick. So from there, then we can install MT4, copy over our EA files, get them up and running. Pretty much that's it, good to go. The other thing, so with this back on our local PC, you can see in the taskbar down here, this little icon. That's our remote desktop connection icon. If you right click on that, you can pin it to the taskbar. So again, this is because it's our own PC that we want to make it easy to connect to next time. If it was internet cafe or friends, we wouldn't do this, but this scenario we are. So we've got a pin down there now. If we close this connection, your remote session will be disconnected. Okay. So now to connect back to it, we've got this still down here. Simply click on it. It'll come here. Now if you've got multiple VPSs that you connect to, there will be a drop down list of all of them. So select the one that you want. This is the one for us. We're going to click connect. And it should take us straight through. Simple as that. So that's it basically. It is very simple and it's very good. Basically anyone running a automated trading system should really be using a VPS. So any questions, hit us up, GLS Equity, contact, fill in this form here, send us a message and one of our guys will get back to you as soon as possible. That's it, thank you, good luck, happy trading, and see you in the next video. Cheers.